Hey gamers, Gamer Milko here, bringing you another deck spotlight. This deck, guys, is all about the Executioner. Obviously it's Sunday, guys, so let's get these cards donated. So guys, the Executioner, this deck is absolutely amazing. The Executioner deck is undefeated in 10. So guys, the deck consists of the Executioner, simply one of the most versatile cards in the game at this moment in time, and definitely overpowered. Next, we have the minions. We have the Goblin Barrel, I love to see those three little guys. We have the Furnace. We have the Graveyard. We have the Skeleton Army. We have the man himself, the Giant. And we have the Fireball! So guys, this is how well this deck has been performing. Victory after victory after victory after victory. All on and on and on. This deck is simply amazing and can defeat near any deck that you put in front of it. So guys, we're going to kick it off here with a 3-0 victory against an opponent using the Elite Barbarians and the Lumberjack. So let's have a look at how we did it. And as you can see, obviously, we don't have a very good hand. We have the Executioner in hand, but it's not a great card to start with, I'm afraid. So I'm just going to waste my Fireball on that tower here because I don't want to waste Elixir. Stupid move, you would normally think, but now I can get the Furnace out onto the field of play. As you can see, our opponent puts his Furnace down. Our Furnace obviously is superior level. This, in theory, shouldn't be a hard game, but it does just show you how versatile the Executioner actually is. So we're going to drop the Executioner in the back here and just see how he actually works. He throws that axe just like a boomerang. Oh, look at that. Now we're going to drop the Giant up front here. And then we've got the Goblin Barrel on standby to throw at that tower. So we have the Giant now, we have the Executioner and the Goblin Barrel taking out this tower here. Our opponent just dropped down that Furnace, but to no avail. Because that tower's locked onto that Giant, we're just going to take that tower just like that. So at this point, guys, giving us a very quick 1-0 victory. Our opponent is obviously trying to play defense here. But I'm going to get my Graveyard spell down here because I just want to try and take this battle on as quickly as possible. Our opponent drops the Ice Wizard for defense here. But we do manage to get that tower down to just over 2100 at this point. That Furnace is going to start taking out those troops ever so slowly. But as you can see, we're just going to let our Elixir build back up before we drop the Executioner in the back yet again. That Executioner is simply amazing. I really do love it. Doing damage both ways, on the way out and on the way back. So we're going to get the Giant up front here now. Our opponent does drop down that Furnace, but luckily our Giant is going to take that out very, very quickly. We're going to drop down the Skeleton Army here now as well, and our opponent is nearly as good as over, unfortunately, guys. So we have the Giant, we have the Skeleton Army, and we have the Executioner on that tower. It's not going to last very long. There we go. Do send the Fireball over. Don't get me wrong, guys. We was playing an opponent who had lower level cards than us, so a victory was always expected there. But nonetheless, it just shows the versatility of that card. As you can see here, our opponent does have a Expo deck with the Bowler, which was an interesting combination. But we're more interested in this battle here, where we have the level 4 Golem. So this was a very interesting battle, and as you can see, again, not a very good starting hand. I like to have the Furnace in that starting hand, or if not, the Giant to start to push straight off the bat, unfortunately. So I'm just going to send the Goblin Barrel in to see what our opponent does. Now he drops down his Miner, followed by his Goblins. So I use my Skeleton Army just to counteract that. Now we do get the tower down to 1894, so I drop my Giant in front here. Unfortunately, a few do get past, but unfortunately our opponent does Fireball, leaving one Skelly down. So we have the Giant and the Skelly on there, and then we drop down the Graveyard. So as you can see, we are going to work on that tower again. And unfortunately, we don't quite get it because of those minions, but we do take that tower down to 450. Now at this point, guys, we are in a very good position, and then our opponent decides to drop down his Golem. Oh, that's an interesting one to defeat. A level 4 Golem at this level, if you can get a good push going behind that, it's always going to be tricky. Now we do have that Furnace on the field, so that's going to pretty much take out that left tower for us, hopefully. So we're going to drop down the Executioner here. Hopefully utilising that as well as the fireball to take out that musketeer. Unfortunately, not quite working out that way, so I'm going to have to drop down this skeleton army on top of these troops. So we take out that P.E.K.K.A, that mini P.E.K.K.A, and we also take out that musketeer, and we're going to take out the rest of these troops as well with these minions. Unfortunately, our opponent is coming at us with his own minions, and he does get our tower all the way down to 653. Even lower. So we're just going to throw that goblin barrel in here just to quickly take that tower. Our opponent was a bit slow dropping his goblins, so we are able to take that tower down, giving us a 1-0 lead at this point. Now, at this point, you would think we're still not in the strongest of positions, but we are still in a winning position, so that's fine. So we get that furnace down on the field. I absolutely love the furnace. It's one of my favourite cards in the game. It really is good at taking out those spawning troops such as skeleton army, etc. But it also is great at obviously that chip damage. So I drop down my own giant and I drop down that minions, followed by that graveyard spell as well. Now we are going to work on that tower here, guys, and we are going to take it down very nearly. Are we going to do it? Oh, getting down to 114. So we utilise our own skeleton army to take out that musketeer, and we also have our guy on defence, our executioner, which on defence he is so good. I drop the furnace down as well, and then I just drop the giant down purely as a distraction at this point. So the executioner takes that down here. Now we are obviously going to drop our own goblin bell because I didn't want to lose that tower. Now unfortunately our opponent does get that tower down to 111, and he is unfortunately going to take it out, but we don't really care. It's going to be a solid 2-1 victory. We're not quite able to push enough for the third tower there, but we do get it down to 1204. Wishing our opponent good game and a very enjoyable battle there. Like saying, guys, this deck is so versatile. Now if you got this far in the video, do me a massive favour and smash that like button. And while you're at it, guys, if you've not already done so, why not hit that subscribe button for more amazing videos just like this. I must admit, guys, I absolutely love this deck. It is tearing opponents to pieces left, right and centre. Now we're going to show this one here, this Hog Rider and Elite Barbarian deck, followed with the Electro Wiz as well. Now I still haven't got the Electro Wizard myself, unfortunately. As you can see, guys, another poor starting hand here. We have the Fireball, but we don't have the Giant, or we don't have the Furnace in there, which is very annoying. But we're just going to have to play it as we go. So we're waiting on defense a little bit to see what our opponent's going to do, and then we're going to drop these minions in the back. We're going to drop the Giant up front as well and wait and see what our opponent does here. So we're going to drop down that skeleton arm, not our skeleton army, our graveyard spell, while our opponent drops his elite barbarians and his electro whiz. Now we do manage to get that tower down to 1174, and we are obviously able to take out that elite barbarian, so it can't do any damage to our tower. Now obviously that electro whiz is going to do a bit of damage to our furnace, but that's about it. So a very good start here, guys, getting that tower down to 1174 without taking any damage on our towers as of yet. Now, our opponent does have the slight elixir advantage here, so I'm just going to fireball that furnace and that tower, getting it down to 776. So at this point, guys, we are still looking good. I'm going to drop down my executioner now at the back of the field, and we're going to go with the minions. I'm sorry, I'm going to go with the minions again, and then I'm going to drop the giant in the middle. Our opponent is going to drop that Hog Rider. Unfortunately, it was poor placement there with his ice column, so we're going to take out that Hog Rider very quickly. Now he's going to get a few hits off on that tower, but I'm not too worried. Our giant is going to destroy that first tower, giving us a 1-0 lead at this point. We get the furnace down on that field to take out that ice golem. So guys, our opponent just dropped his own furnace down now. Our towers though are able to take them out quite easily without any concern. Our giant does get that tower down to 2953, but I'm not too worried about that. So we're just going to wait for our elixir to build up, then we're going to fireball both this furnace and this tower again. There we go. There. So we've now got the tower down to just under 2000 HP, and though our opponent does have more elixir than us, it's not masses. So we're now going to drop our minions here to take out that Hog Rider, and that's very well placed out there to take out our minions. But we do drop our giant and our skeleton armor here. Our opponent is obviously dropping his furnace and his elite barbarians. Plus he's got that furnace down as well. But we do take a very well placed fireball to take out most of those troops. So we do get that tower down to 378. Now we've got the furnace down again. Our opponent zaps, but way too slow there, and I drop my mega minions off to the side. So we take out that hog rider. The giant's going to go down in the centre here as a distraction. I'm going to take out this tower. We're going to throw in the goblin barrel as well. Our opponent is then going to drop his elite barbarians. So I drop my skeleton horde there just to distract that. Our opponent does fireball. Unfortunately, he misses the tower. We wish our opponent good luck. I'm just going to let the battle run out here with full elixir. No, our opponent cannot take that tower, giving us a very solid 2-0 victory against a very popular deck. So guys, that's the deck. It is absolutely amazing, and we're going to donate that as well. So guys, that's the deck. It's the Executioner, the minions, the goblin barrel, the furnace, the graveyard, the skeleton army, the giant, and the fireball. Those cards, the synergy is amazing. Get the giant down and get that graveyard down with the executioner, and we are going to win. So guys, that's it from me.